And now one more impression. No. I do look like I'm almost going to do the Blues Brothers, don't I? I was looking in the mirror, so I could have done like a Jake and Elwood thing here, you know. So. But, yeah, you know, Sassy just reminded us that Joe for years was at TGI Fridays. Did anyone go to the Joe Franklin Comedy Club over the years? I used to work that room, boy, oh boy. And Rhonda Hanson, she said that she did Joe Franklin. I got a little scared that the show was... I did Joe Franklin. And I thought we were going to get into a different place, you know? I thought the show was going to turn a certain way, but no. She explained after she did Joe Franklin that she did him on the show. No, she did the show. But in the back I heard, I did Joe Franklin. And maybe she felt because she was in shul that she could confess. But I don't know, whatever. We're all open here, we're all friends, right? Yeah. And everyone on the bill is a friend of mine. The next performer, he's a fellow friar, and he works all over. As a matter of fact, he just did a pilot for the Travel Channel, so God willing, it goes all the way and you get to see him. Put your hands together for Mr. Stephen Scott. Stephen Scott.
Have a nice hand for your ballerina tonight. I'm good. Bob Greenberg, everybody, doing a fine job. Also, Chris Christie's stunt double right there, everybody. When Governor Christie has to go through a plate glass window, that's the guy they send in to do it. Hi, Paul. How are you? Doing a fine. Ira rather is doing a fine job as always. If anything goes wrong, play me anything in the key of Gimel. We'll be good. What do you got? Is that a music book or is that Leviticus? What do you have here? Oh my God. And we got Joe Franklin here this year. This is nice. Come here, you have schmutz. I always wanted to do that. Look at that. That's nice. We got that up here. How about a nice hand for Joe Franklin? We miss him. We think of him. Special show. So how we doing? Are we in a good mood? Are we having a good time? We enjoying the show? Good news is we're about 1/4 of the way through. We have 17 more comedians to go. And I hope you saved up an appetite because they're getting ready to serve breakfast. So that'll be great. On your money's been going to good use. Case in point, the sound system. We have a sound system that works. Isn't that great? Some of you remember a few years where we used to come here and the microphone had like a G-spot, you know? If you didn't hit it just right, it wouldn't respond, you know? Sometimes it would cut out completely. It's like knew where the punchlines were. It's like, why did the chicken cross the road? To get eyes. It's like it was donated by Verizon Wireless. We've upgraded to T-Mobile here at the Actors Temple, so that's good. But you know, I always wondered, I never understood, we do this every year, but I'm surprised we're not a little schmaltzier about it. Come on, we're Jews, we're in show business. Why don't we have like a tote board and a fanfare? That's all I'm saying, right? Shouldn't it be like, hey, how much have we raised, Bob? $18 million, Stephen. Well, that might be a little too ambitious. We're Jews. $18, Stephen. That's 18 as in Kai. Kai is in life, not as in, yeah, baby. That's a different kind of Kai. But why can't we have like the guy like with the phone and the number on the Chabad telephone? Please call the number at the bottom of your screen and make a pledge. Dial 1-800-869-8258. That's 1-800-OIGEVALT. One of the lovely ladies from the Yaya Sisterhood will take your pledge. And we take all major credit cards, and this year, Visa will match your donation dollar for dollar as part of their Jews for Visas program. And if you donate $50 or more, you'll win a free I Love Rabbi Jill Kiddush Cup for the kiddies. We can do that, right? Next year. Next year we'll do that, and next year in Jerusalem. That's what I'm saying. By the way, I hope you guys don't mind. I'm very religious, so I'm going to do the rest of my set facing east. Two Jews walking to a bar. Okay, that was just for the ultra-Orthodox. There's apparently none of us in here. No, I'm actually not religious. I'm quite the opposite. This is like the only time I go to shul is when I'm raising money for the Actors Temple. Actually, it's one of 3 times a year I go. I only go to shul when I'm at the Actors Temple for a benefit, Christmas and Easter. That's really it for me. So I don't know. I don't even know if I can call myself Reform. You know how in the Jewish denominational hierarchy you have Orthodox, Conservative, Reform. We're one below that in my family. We're Protestant Jews, basically. Methodist, I think, or Crystal Methodist, one or the other, something like that. Our synagogue is ultra Reformed. It's in a strip mall in Jersey, if that's any indication. Between a Payless and a Burlington Coat Factory. It's called the Shirley Temple. Have you been? It's in Paramus. It's very nice. They do a lovely service. We open up with the Shema and we end with good ship lollipop. So I highly recommend, if you're in town, you come by. Now, I did the whole the bar mitzvah thing. I had the most goyish bar mitzvah ever. It was at a Chuck E. Cheese. It was very weird doing my Haftorah in the ball pool with the rabbi who was handing out communion wafers. That was kind of strange, but I did the whole Hebrew school thing, but I hated Hebrew school. I was terrible in Hebrew school. I'm the only kid in the history of my synagogue to actually have to go to Hebrew summer school. That's how bad I was. In fact, when I graduated, they voted me most likely to convert, which hasn't happened yet, so the joke's on them. But it's good to be back. I went away for a while. I was working. I almost made it sound like I went to prison there for a second. Yes, I went away for a while. And this show will help me fulfill my 240 hours of community service. So my parole officer will be thrilled. No, I've been trying, as Bob mentioned, just did a new pilot for the Travel Channel. Very exciting. I thank you. And I learned a lot. I learned a few things. Like, for example, if you happen to be in an airport filming scenes for a television pilot and curious people come up to you and say, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" Don't say shooting a pilot. That does not go over very well. And I thank the Port Authority for their understanding and only holding me for 4 hours, so that was good. But yeah, I need some barokas, Rabbi Jill, on this. I need this to go. I need this to be a TV show. I was telling my friend, at my time I've shot so many pilots, I get recruitment letters from ISIS. So I need this one to happen, please. But it's good to be home. I'm back. The only thing I hate about being home is they just started renovating my apartment building, which is a nightmare. Because I got these guys coming to do a construction 8 o'clock every morning. Now I'm a comedian, so remember, 8 a.m. comic standard time would be like 5 a.m. your time, okay? All week, I haven't needed an alarm clock or a wake-up call. Every day I've been waking up to... Para la gracia, Torre Viejo. So it's good to be home. Oh my goodness. They drilled, and they were doing construction, they drilled in the cable line. They knocked the cable out from my whole building. You don't realize what a shunda it is not having cable in 2015. It's everything now, right? It's the phone, it's the internet, it's the good channels. Oh, seriously, going a whole week in my place without cable, I feel like I'm one horse and buggy away from being legally Amish. Oh, you guys are fun. So we got to. I gotta go because I know we got like a million more comics. But I'd like to leave you with a story. I like to tell when I do Jewish benefits like this, and I've been doing a lot lately. I don't know what. This is like the third benefit I've done this week. I don't know what. And oh, by the way, we're doing one on Sunday if you're around for a very good cause. We're raising money for the bank accounts of comedians always being asked to work for free. So if you're around, please. Come by. It's a worthy cause and we make a big difference. That's on Sunday. So I'll leave you with this story. It's about a rabbi upstate. He has a shul. Calls up one of his congregants. He says, Dave, it's Rabbi Shulman. When you get a moment, give me a call. I'd love to have lunch and talk about the shul. And so Dave calls him back. They sit down, they have lunch. And Dave says, so Rabbi, good to hear from you. What's going on? What can I do for you? Rabbi says, well, Dave, he says, things are, I go way back with your family, a long time. Your grandparents and I, very close. And your grandfather, God love him, very religious, a very generous man, gave unstintingly to the shul. Because of him, we were able to extend the sanctuary and build the library. And your father as well, also, continued in your family's wonderful tradition of giving to our shul. He helped us extend the Hebrew school and build a playground. Anyway, things have been tough lately and funds are low, and I was hoping I could come to you to, carry the torch and continue your family's wonderful tradition of munificence towards our fine shul. And Dave looks at the rabbi and says, Rabbi, he says, my son Benjamin, right? You just bar mitzvahed him a few years ago. He's getting ready to go to college next year? You know where he wants to go to school? Harvard. Every Jewish father's dream, have a kid go to Harvard. You know how much Harvard costs? 4 years, tuition, room, and board, well over $100,000. Not to mention my grandparents, who you just spoke of, God love them, they're still alive, they're in their 90s, they both have Alzheimer's. And to be able to put them in an assisted living facility where they could be comfortable and get the best care and go out in their lives with some dignity and do all that, that's easily going to cost well over $100,000. And I don't know if you know about my wife Sandy, recently diagnosed with MS, and that's a rough go. And to give her the best medication possible, the best doctors, the best care to keep her as comfortable and healthy in this most difficult time, do you know how much that's going to cost? Well over $100,000. So Rabbi, with all due respect, if I can say no to them, that's it for me. I'm Stephen Scott.
Stephen Scott. So Jonathan, that is Stephen Scott.